What's going on, traders? Welcome back to day 3. Make sure you tune back in every single morning at 11 a.m. all the way through Christmas morning to catch the full 25 days of trading series. Now, today I want to talk about the number one skill that new traders need, right? It doesn't even need to be new traders. Any trader in specifically. There's so much that you need, but I would just want to hone it down to patience. Patience is what pays, just like price is what pays. We could also sprinkle in confidence into there. Like I said, it's very hard to just narrow it down to one thing that you need. But I do think if you could just practice your patience, especially coming in as a new trader, if you are watching this, you're very eager. You're very in a rush to try to make things work, to try to get into a trade. That I think patience is even more so relevant, even to the trader that has a strategy. You still need to be patient for that. But just patience in general on your trading journey, the setups that you take, the journaling that you do, everything above, right? So let's take a look at my month here of November as we head into this last month of the year. Patience has been a big thing, but even just the quantity of trades goes into that patience of saying, I know I could jump in now, I could chase this setup, that setup, but I'm just looking for 1 to 2. So what's the rush? If I can find 1 to 2 good trades, I know what can come of it. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it right now. That I don't need a lot of trades. That's not the answer. So I don't just need any trade. I need my trade. But also with that, sometimes you'll take other setups that aren't very, very clean or textbook setups. That's where the confidence comes in as well. Because if you have to be questioning if you should be in the trade. Now, it's understandable if you're new to trading, you're trying to get that confidence. You're not sure if I should be in this setup. You're still learning the strategy, still putting it into practice. But you want to get to that point where you don't even need to ask somebody, is this a good setup? Should I get in this? You know, almost like they can't stop you from getting into that setup. And we'll take a look at some of those in a little bit. But it's just one that comes down to patience, first of all, sitting through some drawdown, fighting the grain. You can see on the left side, I'm underneath this overnight VWAP, so that's really telling me to sell it. I'm buying it back up because I just think we're a little bit too low after this giant rip all in one direction. So I'm just looking for a pullback, right? Pullback to this VWAP before we maybe want to move back down. All this is explained in Features 2.0. So whether you're a new or advanced trader, my full VWAP strategy is available for free on AceFX TV. Just click the link below or use code FIRST. That's also where I'm live streaming every day. But a setup like this just comes with time where it takes confidence to take this because you know you're on the wrong side of VWAP with shorts coming in. Now I'm going to try to buy this. 1 month into learning the strategy, I would not be doing this. But the more and more you see these markups, you see the way price moves away from VWAP and returns to VWAP, you're going to get comfortable taking these sorts of setups as well as with the stop loss, right? How many people without the confidence would bail on the first sign of trouble, the first sign of a lower day VWAP break? Sellers are in. Oh my God, why did I take this long? Let me get out. And potentially even jump into a short there. So now a double loss for no reason, right? So just the patience to see the idea through. Say, I'm in this with reasonable size. I know where my stop wants to be. I've done all the studying. I know I should be in this, or it's worth the risk. I'm not going to be mad at myself if this loses. And another thing I preach in the strategy is stop loss placement is very key for that. My stop losses are where I want to be out of the trade, need to be out of the trade. So if it's not there yet, yes, it doesn't look great, but until it's at that low, it doesn't look invalid yet. It could still work its way higher just like it did. So that's why you got to have the patience to sit through it if you could have the confidence for it. This is another one that's not textbook. I mean, it looks pretty ugly on the day, but just selling it off of VWAP, saying, you know what? I know I could finally short it here and live with the results because we're underneath this overnight VWAP, right? It's definitely bullish at the open. You could sell it here. You could sell it there. There's so much you could be doing that this first trade comes at 10:30. I've been watching the charts for an hour saying, do I want to long it? Do I want to short it? If you don't know, stay out. You don't need to jump in immediately. I could have taken a losing long, then jump in short, maybe here at the bottom and take just 2 quick losses for whatever reason, right? But just let the information gather, and then when you feel comfortable, finally make that decision. That goes to, let's go to today's short first. We could even look at December. As we're making this Christmas series, December 1st, today's long. It's almost like you can't keep me from being in this. I don't need to double check, like, is this a good setup? I'm like, I need to be in this. Before this leaves, I love this price. I love this structure. I know the trend is cleanly bullish. I like the stop. I'm in it, right? There's no hesitation on what if this loses. What am I missing? What do I need to also look at? What is everyone else looking at? Are they short or are they long? Looking into your own studying of, this is what I've been marking up. This is what I've been practicing. I need to be in this setup. So coming down to it, my first trade again today, 10:39 in the morning. It's been an hour and 9 minutes since the open came in and I'm still flat because there's just nothing to do up here. You can get bored. You could chase longs up here, but that's just thinking too short term of trying to squeeze out every single dollar in the very right here and now rather than saying, I just need 1 to 2 setups and this isn't what I've been looking at. This isn't the setup. So I could take this. I might have taken this a month or two ago, but I'm going to practice my patience and say, you know what? If it could pull back to New York VWAP, I'll long it there. That's where I know I have favorable odds. So I'll wait for that. And if it doesn't do that, why would I waste my energy chasing something at the high? Same thing with this trade here. First break of opening range low. Most of that is, like I said, explained in Futures 2.0. But even just this one, I love this setup. I need to be in it. There's patience, again, till 10:04. So now only 30 minutes into the day. But I love this setup. I love the stop loss. Fully confident to get in that and let the chips fall where they may. And you can see here the stop loss is at high of day. So it's going to tell me I'm wrong on the shorts at that moment, right? If it breaks for a new high, I don't want to be short. No one should. So I could sit in it until that happens and then maybe pivot my situation to longs or whatever it calls for, right? Another one here, first trade at 10:30. Seems to be a common theme, an hour after the open. Just this giant rip. I could jump in at the lows here. I could just be chasing shorts because it's away from VWAP. It looks so bearish. You definitely could. But for trying to practice patience, what's the one non-negotiable in your strategy? If it's anything like mine, it needs to be off of VWAP. So your opportunity was to short it there before the train left the station. Otherwise, let it pull back and get in before the next train leaves, right? Just putting that practice in, doing your own markups and studying mine like I put in here in Futures 2.0. You know the price that you want to be involved at. So once it gets there, all you have to do is just get in. You don't need to question yourself, doubt it, be afraid to lose. The work has already been done. We're playing probabilities. Now's my time to get in, right? I've been patient, pat on the back. Now let me get back in because this is the trade and this is the price. But it all comes with timing, right? Like I said, patience on either getting into the setup, waiting for a setup, letting the setup develop. I mean, I could find a market from last week where I sat through like sideways, chop, profit, drawdown for like 40 minutes. But no new information. Nothing's told me I'm wrong yet. The market doesn't move on my time or your time, so let's just let this thing be. And it finally worked its way into profit, right? And it definitely could have lost. But either way, just got to let it do what it wants to do. So if you can find that patience, whether that's even the patience like I'm saying on the trades, but also just the patience on your journey. Everyone that finds a new strategy, that are new to trading in general, it's a big rush. I obviously went through it. We're all new traders at one point. They just want to start trading. You want to start taking every type of setup. You want to see what works, what doesn't work. And that is valid. Of when you do learn a new strategy, you want to put it into practice. Say, am I picking this up right? Let me start taking some trades. That is true. Yes, if you're in like study mode. But if you're actually taking these funding challenges or instant funded accounts, right, there should be no rush, right? The studying should be slow, or you could rush the studying, I guess. But once it's actually time to implement these trades and try to get it to a payout, that's when the patience needs to come in, right? Everything that came in, if you guys remember challenges, I haven't taken a challenge in forever now with the instant fundeds. But challenges, I would rush through that thing in 2 days. How much do I need? 50% consistency? All right, we'll try to get it in 2 days. Rush through it, and as soon as I got the account, all right, now we reel it back in because that wasn't like very proper. It was just, let's not waste time. But now that I'm in the boat of instant funded, it's patience right off the bat, right? I got this new account. I need $3,000 to get a payout. Right now, Top One Futures is running their 57.5% off with my code. If I buy 5 accounts, because you can copy trade 5 50Ks, if you take a payout at $3,000, you get $12,500, right? $2,500 from all 5 accounts. What's the need to rush that in a week? If that takes 3 weeks, that's still great. It's fine by me. So if I need $3K in 3 weeks, that's $1,000 a week. Why am I rushing to make $500, $600, $700 in the first 20 minutes on a Monday morning? Patience. It's not going to make it all in one day, but you could lose it all in one day. So get some patience on the setups that you're taking, how quickly you get into the market. Everything, I think, just slowing on down. Even the way you think, slow down. Not getting so reactionary to every single candle closure. Like, look at these pins. What does this mean? Or look at that candle close. Look how strong it was. This must happen now, right? Zoom it on out. Price is what pays, not candle formations, in my opinion. Price. What level are we at? Where are we likely to go next? And just keep on trading it that way, all right? So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Like I said, make sure you check out the top one sale as well as tune into stream. It's absolutely free for the first month, and you get access to this full strategy. Whether you're a new trader or an advanced trader, like I said, you will find value in it. And if you're a new trader, you could still hop on the stream and ask any question you got. That's a big part of the streams, of learning the strategy, jumping on stream, trading it with us, but also asking questions of, why are we taking this? Why are we avoiding that? Is my stop loss correct? How much risk should I put on? All these different things, right? I'm not going to hold your hand, but definitely you're going to learn and hopefully make some money if you're trading your instant accounts, all right? So I appreciate you guys. Tune back in tomorrow for day 4, every single morning at 11 a.m. all the way through Christmas. I'll see you guys on stream tomorrow morning.